The main stage musical for the Trollwood Performing Arts School has some major talent helping them out this summer. She is a Fargo native and Trollwood alumna who has performed on Broadway, has been featured on The Voice, currently tours with Sir Rod Stewart. And we are very excited to have Becca Cody back with us here on North Dakota today. Welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Well, I have like a billion questions just about Rod Stewart. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes,
but you
yes.
are doing some really cool things, like living the dream. But everybody around here just really loves Trollwood. So I want to kind of start with Trollwood, your history with Trollwood and what keeps bringing you back. So what is it about Trollwood?
Oh my gosh. Well, I didn't realize how lucky I was when I was a kid going to Trollwood. Like, as I've gotten older and older and I've talked to friends of mine who grew up in New York or LA or Chicago, like all these big cities, like they are like, I'm sorry, what is this that you have in your hometown? And it's so random that we have such a thriving arts community. But yeah, I was there from 2001 to 2004, and they were some of the best times of my life. I mean, I didn't realize how lucky I was to be getting this like really solid foundation of an education in the arts and the opportunity to perform in front of thousands of people every summer. I mean, that's crazy as a teenager to have that experience.
Crazy.
So, yeah.
The audience here, and you're right, we have such an incredible community.
Yes.
The support is awesome, and that's what's led you to such awesome things later in
Yeah.
life as well. But so you've come back. Was it the love?
come back,
What are
yeah.
you doing this summer?
You know, the staff out at Trollwood is amazing, and they usually ask once a year if I would be interested in coming and doing something, whether it's like a master class or a workshop or something. But they have these classes every June where you get to learn from industry professionals, whether it's dance or musical theater. I'm teaching musical theater, and they've been so lovely to ask me every year. And finally, since my schedule has opened up in the pandemic, everyone knows live entertainment has kind of like so
Good and bad. Bad for
Yes,
you, good for
exactly.
us here.
I know. So I was available, and I said absolutely. Tell me when I can come. So yes,
I
I'm
have some
happy
video.
with that.
Is this from last night or this is recently?
Yes, this is that's me in rehearsal. That's my co-teacher David Tripto. He's amazing, and oh my gosh, yes, those are our lovely kiddos.
Look at everybody looks so happy. You look happy too. You're like in your zone there.
Oh my gosh. Yes, this is making me so happy. Yeah, I am. It's crazy. It's just such a pleasure to kind of go from being the one performing to kind of being on the other side of the table and like inspiring these kids to go do it themselves. I mean, because they can. That's what I keep telling them. You can do this if you want to. And it doesn't matter that you're from a small town. It doesn't matter that you feel like you might not have the exposure that some other people have. Like, this is such a gift that we have in this community. And yeah, if you really put your mind to it and if you work hard, you can do this. And I'm living proof of that.
I love your reaction to that, because I feel like the kids are like, wow, we have, they're so excited to see you. And you're like, wow, that's so awesome that they're looking. I mean, the love in that room was really awesome just to see that.
Yeah.
Do you see some real talent there?
I do. So it's cool because there's kids that I call them kids. I mean, they're young adults, really. But because I'm teaching graduated freshmen to graduated seniors, and some of them are already really good. But then like some of the feedback that we've been able to give them and some of the specific kind of digging in deeper, kind of taking them to the next level, and they're doing work that's really great. They were already good, but now they're doing things that are great. And then there are kids who maybe are just finding their voice for the first time, and this is the first time they're really singing in front of a group of people, and they went from being totally terrified to like thriving. And a couple people are coming to mind. I won't embarrass them, but it's these voices are coming bellowing out of them that I don't even think they've heard before. And so just to see the look on their face, like watching them accomplish that and see how proud they are of themselves. I mean, like, you can't replace that. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm a proud auntie to all these kids. Like, oh, it's so cool.
What has changed, do you think, from when you were in Trollwood to now?
Oh my gosh. Well, the whole world is different. I mean, like, we have, this digital world, we have social media, and we didn't have any of that. We were performing on a sweaty barn stage, like up at Trollwood Park, and I mean, hey, it definitely built character, so it was all good. But I think they just have so much more access now, and they have these beautiful facilities that have air conditioning, and you know, they don't have to. I remember we used to have to haul our costumes over our shoulders, and we were like carrying them over this big hill. And there was one year I had this.
Was
like,
it uphill both ways?
Yes. Yes. I had to carry this bird cage that I wore on my head in this production of Crazy for You, and like we would just lug all this stuff. Like it was, you know, it I don't know. It was character building.
Different world, for sure.
Different world. But they're just so lucky to have this facility and this faculty that they get to work with every year, and the exposure to not just the community, but now with the world. I mean, now that social media is a thing, like that now everybody gets to kind of see what these kids are up to every year. So
I love it. Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna take a quick break, but when we come back, we're gonna talk about what else you're up to, not just when you're in Fargo. Stay with us.